riding a motorcycle in 3 steps. Step number 1, knowing your controls and your gear. Of course, full gear is recommended. Everybody will tell you to wear full gear if you're not. But again, I can't force you to wear full gear. Do I recommend it? Yes. Do I always do it? No, not really. I try. Main things I usually wear is helmet, some good gloves, and riding shoes. Even those are like cheap riding shoes, still better than nothing. Gives you some protection at least. Controls. You just gotta know your bike. Whatever bike you got, you have to understand the control, especially for the people that do not know how to drive like a manual car, for example. You need to learn that. This is not automatic. You're gonna have to clutch, shift, and all that fun stuff. At first might be overwhelming, just like when you're learning how to pretty much drive a car. Everything is overwhelming. You're learning all the steps. Same thing with a motorcycle, just a little more steps, because it's not automatic again. So you just gotta understand basic controls, ignition, or actually kill switch, ignition. This is how you start the bike, right here. And you have your front brake, you have your rear brake. Front brakes are stronger than rear brakes. I recommend, if you're starting out, just to use both, so you don't fishtail if you use just rear brake, or you don't front flip if you use just the front brakes. Use a little bit of both. Be gentle with the brakes. What else? Obviously, throttle, gas. We'll start this. You have your high beams on and off right here. You have turn signals. It's left, it's right. Most bikes you just push in the middle to turn it off, so you don't have to like find that little balance point. Horn, pretty loud on bikes. And so right here is pretty much like if you want to flash someone with your high beams if they're not on. I ride with my high beams on all the time. I think it looks better and people can see me more. But if you ride with them off, flash, flash, flash. And that clutch, shifting, most bikes are going to be 1 down and 5 up. So 6 total gears. Neutral is going to be, so now you can tell I'm in neutral. It says N right here. You look down, the kickstand up. Just half a click is neutral. So if you want to put it in gear, one click down, that's first gear. I'm going to do half a click up, I'm in neutral. And if you do a full click up, you're going to go to second gear. So first gear, full click up is second gear, but my bike's not on, so it just goes to neutral because I'm doing a half click. So neutral is pretty much how it goes. Simplified is first gear, second gear, and neutral is like in between those two. 1 down to get into first gear, half up to neutral, full up to second, and then third, fourth, and just goes on. So yeah, that's pretty much shifting. Passenger pegs, I don't know if you have passengers, passenger seat. I mean, these are not even controls, but just look around the bike. Again, each bike is going to be a little different, but for the most part, these are your basic controls. Part 2. Right now I'm in neutral. Full clutch. Put it in first gear. Usually you want your bike to warm up. Not a lot of people have like an indicated like temperature gauge, but what you can do is just like give it about 3 minutes, I would say. Just let it warm up, especially if you're going riding hard. But right now I'm not going to do that, so I'll just kind of like jump into it. While it warm up, I'll just talk. So, second step of riding. You get on the bike. Yes, I got on from the left side. Like a lot of it is muscle memory on it, so I'm just kind of like doing it, and then I'm like, oh, this is what you do. Get on from the left side, which is the kickstand side. Since the bike is going to be lower on this side, don't want to come up from here. You can if you're tall, but most people just do it from this side. It's just easier. Balance it. Honestly, if you know how to ride like a bicycle, you're pretty much good balance-wise. Except, I think this is easier because you don't have to paddle. You just give it gas and it picks up. So that's pretty simple. Kickstand up again. Clutch in. Hold the clutch. Shifter. One down. And then practice just easily like rolling. So my bike is a 600, so it's gonna roll pretty quick. Like I'm barely like releasing the clutch and it's rolling out. Another thing is that if you're nervous, like when you first get on a bike, because you're pretty much just, hello. They probably hate me because my bike is really loud. Yeah, so like this whole time I'm literally holding the clutch and I'm going like 5 miles an hour. A lot of bikes are not going to be like that. My bike is tuned, it's a 636 Ninja ZX6R. Not all bikes are going to be rolling as fast. Like right now I'm literally holding the front brake and holding the clutch and it's still rolling. I have to completely like hold the clutch all the way down for it not to roll. So slowly, I don't know if you can notice my left arm slowly releasing the clutch. The more I release it, the more it's gonna roll. And if you're very smooth with your clutch, which I doubt anyone is gonna be right when you start learning, you're probably gonna stall. So you might want to give it throttle. Right now, because like I've been riding for quite a few times, I'm smooth with my clutch. I'm used to it. Plus, you need to get used to your clutch. If I hop on a different bike and I'm not used to it and the clutch is very weird, I could possibly stall it because I'm not used to that clutch. This is an ASV adjustable clutch. Highly recommend it as well because you can adjust how far it is so you can grab comfortably. So now I gave zero throttle and I'm just rolling. So that's the first step of part 2, just rolling. All you want to do is just roll the bike, get it going, and then you can like, so with the throttle you want to be like super smooth. You never want to like just give it a lot of power. Just feel it, like listen to the engine and just slowly start getting faster and faster. Just get used to it. Don't even worry about shifting right now. Just try to find an empty spot somewhere where there's not like a lot of people and just like ride around in first gear. Just get comfortable on it. If you're not very smooth with the clutch, you can learn and just like practice rolling it and getting your just like left hand really smooth with the clutch, that you can like let the bike roll. But if it's too hard and you keep stalling the bike, especially if you want to go like riding, and if you're, I do recommend practicing, like mastering this skill first before you head out and go riding everywhere. But if you can't fully just roll, which is completely fine, you can just like while you let go, pull on the throttle. So right at the same time, while you pull and you give throttle. So pull, give throttle at the same time. Pull the clutch, give throttle. And then I would say just find an empty spot, like parking lot, your neighborhood, somewhere where there's not a lot of cars, because the main thing when I started riding that stressed me out is cars. Being around cars and you're just super exposed. Recap of all the steps is step 1, you want to learn your controls, get some gear. Step 2 is rolling the bike, and we're going to get to the second part of step 2, which is shifting. So step 2 includes pretty much 2 parts, which is getting rolling and then shifting. It's pretty much what riding is. Step 1 is kind of like a prep for that, and step 3 is getting used to that. So honestly, if you exactly, riding is just one step. It's just rolling the bike and shifting. It's really not that complicated. But to do that, you need to know your controls, and after you know how to do that, you need to get comfortable doing that. That's why this video is in 3 steps and not 1 step. Shifting and pretty much another 3 steps. It's a lot of 3 steps. It just makes it easier. So number 1, let go of the throttle. Number 2, hold in the clutch, shift up, 2nd gear, and get back rolling. So you let go of the throttle, hold in the clutch, 1 down, push 1 down, shift up. You want to 3 steps. You're going fast. Let go of the gas, clutch up. Again, each step leads to pretty much the other steps. You go for 1 down. It's a prep for learning how to ride, is having your gear and knowing your controls. Controls are very important. The more comfortable you are with them, the easier riding is going to be. Same thing. Clutch in, 1 down, give it some throttle, Y, let go of the clutch, and you're rolling. This is a little faster because I was at a stop sign, or a light, and I'm trying to go, so I went a little fast. But as you get comfortable with the bike, you're not gonna take 30 seconds to get off. You'll like take off in like a couple seconds. That's kind of the goal of getting comfortable, which is step 3. Shifting up, let go, clutch up. I'm doing it really slow, but those are the 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Let go, clutch in, shift up. Right. So first gear, 3 steps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. I like this is the easiest way to learn. Just 1, 2, 3. Remember, 1, let go of the throttle. 2, hold in the clutch. 3, shift up. And 3, dump the clutch. Or actually, don't dump the clutch. Roll the clutch. When to shift, that's another topic, and that's specifically for pretty much how you want to ride. If you're trying to ride aggressive, then let the RPMs rise more, higher RPMs, and then shift. If you're just out on a smooth ride, you don't want your bike to be like screaming crema, just keep it low RPMs. That's pretty much it. And the rest is experience. This is like strictly learning how to ride, not like tips of what will happen on streets and everything. It's just the basic getting the bike to go type of thing. And then third step is gonna be, while I was riding with my friend, actually teaching him. It's his first time getting on the street, so it should be fun. Getting comfortable on the bike. I feel this is like honestly one of the most important parts of learning how to ride. You just need to get comfortable on your bike. Just like a car, when you first start learning, you're going to be overthinking all the steps, like looking over your shoulder, looking in your mirrors. Pretty much everything you learn, you need to like do. And by like when you first learn, you overthink everything. Same thing with a bike. Once you get comfortable, like it just becomes like muscle memory. You just know how to do everything without really thinking about it. Right now, I have some experience riding. My friend has some experience riding. He just learned. This is his 3rd time ever riding. So we're kind of keeping him in the middle, and he's just riding around, kind of getting some practice, getting more comfortable. We're kind of like putting him in the middle so he's not stressed by all the cars being too close to him. So he's kind of like in a little comfort zone, so he's more used to rolling the bike, stopping, and just like kind of leaning it and picking up speed. Shift gears, lean your bike around. Do not let go the handlebars like I'm doing. Don't ride one-handed when you're first practicing. Just keep both your hands down, like lean the bike left and right, get comfortable, see how it leans and all. Smooth stops. Find your neutral. It's another thing that a lot of beginners. You doing good?
With turns? Practice. Just like take it easy, don't overthink it. You're wobbly?
My body, right?
Yeah, like if you're going over like 10-15 miles an hour, just kind of like lean your body, like put some pressure. If you're trying to go left, put some pressure this way. Yeah, and just like lean your body. I'm teaching him how to turn at higher speeds, so he doesn't use like, you know, you don't actually turn it, but just like with your body lean it a little bit. Yeah, see, that's exactly what he's telling him. At higher speeds, don't like, you know, twist. This should be just stationary. All you do is like, so I'm trying to go left, I just put like some weight on this side and you're gonna turn. I'm recording. Yeah, same thing with the right. Trying to go right, just put some pressure and it's gonna lean a little bit. Just a teeny tiny bit, you're gonna feel it. And if you don't want to like put a lot of pressure, you can use your body a little bit. I recommend just like putting pressure with your hands. If not, just like slightly lean your body. Just put more weight on one side and the bike will start leaning. That's at higher speeds, of course. That's what I mean by giving him some room. When you're going like around 30 miles an hour, you do not want to wiggle. Do you see how like wobbly it is? You don't want to do that. Just pressure on the right, I'm going right. Pressure on the left, I'm going left. Easy. You just need to get comfortable. Just keep practicing, doing it over and over, and in no time. I mean, the more you ride, the more like you get comfortable with your bike. The more you know your bike, the more comfortable it will be. Like if I hop on 300, it's gonna be different, and if I hop on the Harley, it's all gonna be different. You just need to get comfortable. You need some time to adjust to the bike. To get used to all the controls, shifting and all that. And look at him go. See, that's a perfect example of why I'm behind him. I'll buy him some time, get him more comfortable versus him stressing out because it's a car. Again, if you don't have any friends, I'd recommend just either ride late at night or early in the morning at some time that there's not too many cars, so you don't get nervous, because that was my main thing when I was learning how to ride. I didn't take a course or anything, I just kind of like watched videos, hopped on, and just started riding. So the main thing for me was being nervous when I see all the cars being super close to me, because you're not used to that. You're used to like being in your own lane, not sharing lanes. And that's the third step, getting comfortable on the bike and practicing.